another SHUMPCAST on Tony Shumps. Hey, I just got it. The trick is, welcome to another SHUMPCAST. I'm Dominic Antonio Sorbara.
And I'm Tony Shumps. Hey, that was not a bad
Was that
impression,
good?
mate. I'm very impressed.
People would have thought I was you, yeah?
Yeah.
Welcome to SHUMPCAST. I'm Tony Antonio. See, that was you.
That was good, but only a one-off, mate. Only one off, all right. You know,
what are we doing today? I'm very excited. We've got a couple of old friends.
You're always excited.
I'm always excited, yes.
Just calm down.
All right.
It's just a bloody cover band from the 80s. Some cover band.
Mate, they were the biggest cover band of the 80s.
They were.
They were the biggest cover band of the 80s. So when you say Running Bears,
that's right.
What do people say?
Well, people thought it was a circus act, but it's
Running
not
Bears. That's it. That's a good one. See?
Well, we're glad to have two members from Running Bears.
Hey, but wait, before we say that, what about that documentary about the Running Bears? People have got to go and get that. What's it called?
That's In Search of the Running Bears.
In Search of the Running Bears.
You can find that on YouTube, so that's another,
So look that up, guys.
Right. It's Ralph Calloway, the reporter.
Ralph Calloway. Yes. What a bloody comedian that guy was.
I don't think he's done anything after that.
No. It went straight to audio. Not video, audio.
You're funny today.
I'm very
funny today. So further no more to do. Who we got? It's the Running Bears.
The Running Bears, but we've got Damien McSweeney, who was the lead singer.
Yep.
And Vince Stewie Tarotta, who was that big bloody drummer. You know, the one that used to bash.
Yes.
He bashed those drums like
he was known as the panel beater of the Western Suburbs.
He's the panel beater of the Western. That's not a bad one.
Okay. Well, it's great to have him in the studio. Finally, someone in the studio, Dom. We've got two members of the Running Bears. Well, they're a 60s band.
Why don't you just introduce them? I mean, they're here.
Why do you always interrupt me for?
Well, mate, you go...
Well, why are you doing that?
Okay, so introduce the guys that we're here.
People have been ringing me saying, I'm more the professional one. And
you're the professional one, but let's...
and you're talking over me.
Let's not leave these two gentlemen who...
Don't talk over me,
okay,
all right?
Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, guys. Anyway, in the studio we have the drummer for the Running Bears, Vince Tarotta, and the lead vocalist, Damien McSweeney.
All right!
There you go.
Live audience. Got a big audience.
Good evening, viewers. Good evening, everybody.
So who are you?
I'm Vince Tarotta. You're the drummer from the Running Bears. I'm Vince Tarotta, drummer from the Running Bears.
Yeah, that's where the microphone is.
My esteemed colleague, introduce yourself, mate.
I'm Damien McSweeney, the singer from the Running Bears.
Wow, that's
Hey, can I just say?
That's the words already.
Vincenzo, you look very, very good.
Oh,
you thought this was a live show where because you got a beautiful shirt on. Now, what did he say before?
No. This is just how I got up this morning. I put this on.
He got up dressed because he thought it was on the camera.
He wasn't agreeing with me.
Where's the cameras for the podcast? There's no cameras, mate. That's why he's got his beautiful shirt on. Anyway,
I've got my $14 shirt on that I bought from DFO last week.
I like that.
I got my Black Lee canvas jeans, which I bought in Thailand maybe 12 years ago.
And they look very nice.
And I've got a pair of bloody Puma runners, which were on special for $46. Yeah,
very nice.
You look good.
You look really good.
What are we wearing?
Tell them what we're wearing.
Trackies.
What are you wearing? And what am I wearing?
Trackie.
What's that called?
A snooky or
you
something.
you wear this in the bed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I did ring you, and you were in bed. So
I was. Yeah. Well, I was playing footy with the grandchildren today, and they plum tucked me out. So anyway.
So anyway, the Running Bears. Now,
Bears.
We're talking about mid-80s. The Running Bears started.
1984. Well, Melbourne's premier 60s cover band between 1984 and 1990.
Premier or one of the premier?
No, we were the premier 60s cover band.
Come on, Damien, you said that before we started. Don't try and back away.
There was us, there was the Fabs.
Who else was doing the 60s?
There was the Lonely Boys.
Route 66, were they there?
So
yeah, no, they weren't a 60s cover. Yeah.
So in that era, there was a lot of 60s bands going.
Not as good as the Running Bears.
Yes, because around about 1983 in Melbourne, there was a big 60s resurgence, and every single band started playing 60s. So we decided, no, we'd be pretty good at it. So we rode the wave, basically. Yeah.
And as was a band called something else before Running Bears? Was it or just started Running Bears?
Always Running Bears.
Running Bears.
It was Running Bears. Yeah.
How did you come up with the name Running Bears?
The song.
Great question, Dom. Great question.
The song.
The song,
Yeah.
Running Bear.
The song didn't last long, but
No, because
the name
we
did.
had to do a gig like on the Saturday, and this is the Wednesday. And we had a little rehearsal. Well, what are we going to call the band? And because we were doing the song Running Bear, because originally we wanted to start off
Why would you do that song?
because we wanted to do obscure 60s songs that other bands weren't doing. That was the original. That was the original.
That's a
narrative.
good bet.
And someone, I don't know, I can't remember who it was, said, why don't we just call ourselves the Running Bears? Because we do the song Running Bears.
So who said that?
And
You don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
I
band
honestly don't
must
know
be
who said.
Bit of a
But
stretch.
It'd be 1980.
Yeah,
but
years ago, talking,
we said, okay,
Can't remember what I did
we'll do it for this gig, and then we'll think of a real name. But then we never got round to thinking of a real name.
So
We
it
just-
stuck.
It stuck.
So when the band started, who were the original members in the band?
Okay, Damien was always a singer.
Damien.
I was the original guitar player.
Oh, guitar.
Guitar, yeah, played
So you
guitar.
play drums.
So who was playing drums?
Yeah.
A bloke named Mark Southby.
Not Jeff Southby's son.
No, Mark
Yeah.
Southby. And then we had, through Mark Southby, we got Peter Bomer, who was on sax. Mark Southby knew Peter Bomer because they worked at McDonald's at High Point together. And that's how he got in. And we had a floating bass player. We didn't have a bass player, although I had been playing in a band before the Running Bears called White Line, and the bass player from that band was Andrew McSweeney. So I said to
Damien's brother.
Damien's
Yeah,
brother,
brother.
yes. I said to Andrew, mate, we need a bass player just for a couple of gigs. Can you come and play bass for us? And he was pretty keen, so he came. But the thing is, he was still at school. He was in Form 6, and his mum was a little bit reluctant to, because he was already playing in one band.
Yeah.
So he was 17, 16?
Yeah, 16,
And
17.
how old were you, Ross?
About 22.
22, yeah.
22.
Okay.
So I actually had to go to see Mrs. McSweeney and beg her to let Andrew play bass. To, look, it's only for a couple of weeks till we get...
So how
till
did
we
that conversation take place? You knocked on the door and then it was like, what are you doing here, Vince?
Well, I already had a bit of a sullied reputation.
Well, she already
with-
knows that
with
he
Mrs.
knows
McSweeney
Damien.
because
Just come and the whole place, you know.
That's it.
well, because when
Stupid question.
Damien and I used to go to school together in the same year,
Yes.
and
Very
when
influential.
I remember at a parent teacher night, remember Brother Gilbert said to Mrs. McSweeney, "You've got to stop hanging around with that Vince Torada." Do you remember that? Dave?
Every mother used to say that to their
I know,
kids.
yeah. Everybody
So
should
I-
hang around.
So I was already known. I always known I had priors. So me going to Mrs. McSweeney and asking their younger son to come and hang out with me and play in a band, it was a bit, but luckily...
Mate, you're the only kid I know that was exercised by their mum.
Yeah.
Their mum hired a bloody priest to come and get the priest to exercise him. Anyway,
not
keep going.
exercise, exorcise.
Exorcise, get
Like
the devil out
exorcism,
of him.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
This is the envelope! Yeah, anyway. Okay, sorry.
That's another podcast.
That's another
Yeah,
story.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so Damien was in another band. Me and Andrew were in another
Oh,
band.
what band was Damien in?
I think-
Protocol. Was it Protocol?
Protocol, yeah. Who
Cover
went on-
band. Cover band?
No,
originals.
And I think Protocol went on to become limited edition. Is
No.
that right? No?
No,
Okay.
Protocol just died.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just stopped
I
the
didn't
story.
know that. I
You
didn't
stopped
even
the
know
story
that.
with
I didn't know
silly
that.
question.
No,
No, that's all right. So, well,
Ian Verricker was in Protocol.
that's right. But he was
Andrew
lim-
Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
So
yeah,
we-
that's right. He went on to limited edition, but I didn't. I was kicked out.
Yeah.
Who
And then I
kicked you
remember,
out?
I remember Ralph used to had another good name for limited
I
edition.
reckon, Ralph.
Hey,
Ralph got you kicked out of the band.
No, Ralph used to call limited edition. He used to call them limited talent.
That's not a bad one.
Limited talent.
Yeah.
This is a good story.
You can't bang on the table, you told me.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
we were doing gigs, and we were everybody's second band, right? Because we're all in other bands. And then one day we had a gig supporting
Limited
edition
Yeah,
at the Aberdeen Hotel. And on the Wednesday, Mark Southby all of a sudden said, "I'm leaving because you guys will never get anywhere." So I had to make a decision. Do I get serious and jump on drums, or because I like playing guitar, I said I'll play. But what I said, okay, for this, it's probably easier to get a drummer for this gig than it is to get a guitar player. So have to guess who I got to fill in to...
Not another McSweeney.
No.
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 Oh, Ralph.
Ralph.
To play the drums.
So Ralph came.
Oh, that's why he asked you who was the original.
I don't
band.
even remember this.
Do you remember? You don't remember?
I don't
That's
remember.
why
So
you asked the question.
Ralph came up and played drums for us in the Running Bear.
Was it an actual gig or?
And a gig. It
Yeah,
was
but
at
that was
the
like-
Aberdeen Hotel in
Yeah.
Fitzroy. We were supporting limited edition.
Limited talent.
And then,
So how did I go?
not the best. But only
So
because
you had one gig and
I
they
think-
kicked you out.
You forced a decision.
yeah.
So-
You forced us into making a
Anyway,
hard
so
decision.
while I was up,
They called
I
him
don't know. Hang on,
dentist.
you got to
elaborate.
bump me up here.
Fill in all the holes.
Bump me up, all right.
He did all right.
Bump me up. Say I was good. I have to
right,
stop the
you're great,
podcast
you're
right
great.
now.
You're great.
Say he was
We
good. Say he was
We
good.
will stop the podcast right now and just
He was
bump me
pretty
up.
good.
Let's rewind.
But what happened? I was playing guitar there, and as I was playing guitar, I looked at the barn. Paul McSweeney was standing there, and our eyes met, and we both had a little laugh. And I thought, you know what?
Not another McSweeney.
No. I said, you know what? How good would this be having the three McSweeney boys up front? I'll get serious and jump on drums. I'll get Paul to get out of this stupid band called Limited Edition and come up and play guitar. The three McSweeneys. Up front,
all blonde hair,
blue eyes, good
guy.
looking.
Yeah, good looking
And
bloke,
I'll
yeah,
just jump
yeah,
down the
yeah.
back. I don't care. And that's when I asked Paul McSweeney to join the
But
band.
another gig happened before that.
What?
Remember we played at the Oasis,
Yeah.
right? And we had a fill-in guitarist, Anthony Sabato.
Anthony
I
Sabato.
don't
Yes,
know.
that's right.
He filled in.
He did. Yes.
And what happened was we would play. There'd be a crowd and we'd be supporting limited edition. But when we finished, the crowd went
would
home.
leave. Yeah, so Limited Edition thought they had all this crowd, but
Yeah.
it was all our crowd. As soon-
Yeah.
When we're supporting, we'd stop playing, and the crowd would just go.
So they were really,
Yeah,
really
and I
limited
think
talent.
at that time Paul thought these guys are onto something.
Yeah.
And he jumped ship.
Oh, okay,
He
so
made a
he's
commercial.
play with you.
It was a
Yeah.
commercial decision.
Yeah, yeah.
So limited edition was original band or cover band. Limited edition.
I think there might have been a bit of original.
An original band, they
Like-
played some covers.
Yeah.
That was with Steve Terry, wasn't it?
Steve Terry,
Steve
yeah.
Terry, that's right. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, so you're going.
And then, well, as soon as that happened, as soon as Paul jumped on guitar and I got serious and jumped on drums, it was like bang, 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 bang. We started playing this little gig at the corner bar in the Brickies. Remember
Yeah.
that, Damien?
Yeah.
In
Oh, the
this-
Brickmakers
Yeah,
Arms.
Brickmakers
that's it.
Arms, that's them.
Oh yeah.
Like,
My current wife says she employed us to go and play
She
there.
did. The first
My
week.
current wife, my
the
wife.
first week we would have had. We
How
would
many
have
boys
had,
you got?
I have another one, but
Yeah.
would have had 20 people there. The next week we had 40.
So what day-
the next week we had basically doubled every week.
Yeah.
And we thought, Jesus, the proprietors of the Brickmakers Arms thought, mate, we've got to get him in that big room, right? So we said, we just didn't know how we were going to go. So anyway, we decided we'll go in the big room. We'll play on a Sunday night. But this is before Sundays even became fashionable to go out. There was
Oh
only-
wow.
So you
the
guys
running
started
band-
Sundays being fashionable.
Yeah, well, I reckon we
Well,
did
yeah,
because
yeah.
there was only the cockpit at an airport.
Yeah.
That was the only place that was open on a Sunday night. You know, wasn't it really? Remember, Damien?
yeah, there was.
Yeah, there
There's
wasn't
nothing-
many
there's
places
nothing-
open on a Sunday for entertainment.
So
yeah.
we started playing at the Brickies on a Sunday night. I reckon it would have been 1986.
Yeah, well, yeah.
What is it?
probably.
Twilight or a bit?
No.
8 o'clock.
We start 8 o'clock.
Sunday night.
11:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit,
School
we still
night,
gotta go
school
to work
night.
on
Yeah,
Mondays
yeah.
and they still come
and
out.
it became a huge for about a couple of years that we played there. It became a huge gig.
So how
It
many
became
years-
an institution.
Yeah.
Sunday night at the Brickies.
You gotta go and
So
see
you
the
were
running
there
bears
Yeah.
down there.
You were there for a couple of years.
A good couple of years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah, easy.
And
And
it
you're-
was a long weekend.
It was just the queue would be,
would
yeah.
be through the roof.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many people you reckon?
Oh,
What the most?
well, we'll be averaging 400. I mean, because I mean,
It's a big room. It's a
we,
big
we,
room.
we,
No, it's
we
big
did it. We did a
Big room.
door deal. We said we'll take the door, and they spewed about that because they thought, you won't get much. But anyway, I think it was like $5 to get in. We took 4, they took 1. So we had to employ our own door bitch to. We knew the numbers.
Yeah,
It would have been about 400 people easily.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that night. I remember one night when I was there was a massive brawl.
Yes, there was.
Was that at
Yes,
the Brickies?
yes, it was pretty
Was that?
scary.
I thought
It
that was at the Tough Bar.
The tough
No,
part?
no, this was the
that was-
Brickies.
that was- no,
This was
the-
this was serious, mate. This
Yeah.
was
And you know
very-
what happened? I remember we did a corporate function somewhere, and we met these people that did fire acts and all that sort of stuff.
Oh,
And
yeah.
thought, wow, let's get them. We'll get them to come and play the Brickies, between our sets, add a bit of culture, inject a bit of culture into Essendon. And remember that? So we got these girls were dressed in like circus outfits. They're doing juggling fire, bloody things or whatever. Anyway, we have a break, and they get on and start entertaining, and all the Essendon bogans come up and we're really hassling the girls, like really pretty bad, and the bouncers are telling them to move back and blah blah.
Move back, you bogans.
Yeah. And it just started off, and then it just escalated like one of the biggest, most vicious brawls I've ever seen.
Yeah, but my memory of that's different.
Okay, well,
how's yours, Damien?
It was actually 2 footy clubs.
I'll give you. I'll guess at which one of them would have been due to stars.
Could have been.
Oh,
but I know one of them was Keeler.
Okay.
And so if Keeler and Due Stars hated each other, that's fair enough. I'm not sure who the other one was.
I think that could be probably true.
Anyway, I think it was planned, and from what I remember, we used to do tequila. Right.
Tequila!
And that was sort of at the end of the night, we'd finish off with tequila, and sometimes we'd start with it, but this particular night I think we finished with it. Yeah. And what happened, from what I've heard, is the 2 footy sides were on each side, and as soon as we started playing it was almost the trigger. They walked into the middle, and can I swear a little bit here?
Yeah.
The old fuck Keeler. That sort of was what happened.
Oh,
and then
Keeler!
And then all of a sudden it just went off. It just exploded, and the whole dance floor was just...
And the band kept on playing with the...
No. The band didn't keep on. We had to stop.
It's not the Benny Hill show.
Mate,
it's not the Titanic. Keep playing the band.
I remember just screaming at him and all that sort of stuff, and just trying to get him to stop, and
So how did they stop it?
I don't know. Just the bouncers just kicked them out. It was just massive. I just couldn't believe how big it was, And I've never seen I've seen a fight.
I was pushing girls into the toilet. I was just all these ladies. I was pushing them into the toilet. That was scared too. It was just pretty.
But anyway, that was bad part. There's a lot of good stuff.
Let's not concentrate on the bad stuff. The Running Bears were a good wholesome.
Yeah, we were wholesome.
Hey, I heard that you went to Western Australia too. You toured Western Australia, is that
and
true?
Tassie.
And Tassie too.
No, we didn't tour Western. We actually went. We moved. We moved to Western Australia, to Perth. We actually moved there.
Why?
Well, because I don't know. Because we.
Why would you go and move there when you've got a big following down here?
But the America's Cup, we won the America's Cup in '83.
Oh yeah.
And
'86, they were defending it.
They're defending it in '86, and we got there just after they'd lost it.
Oh.
And it was a bit quiet.
Oh yeah.
But you planned to move there. We went there and set up.
So what happened? What happened?
Well, the gigs, the kind of gigs where we'd be getting decent money for in Melbourne, the equivalent we're getting $200 or $300 for the equivalent sort of gigs. So it just wasn't worth our while. I mean, there was 5 of us plus our roadie Benny. So the money just wasn't there, and we were maybe playing 1 gig a week or something.
Yeah, we were there for 3 months. We treated it as a holiday, really, but it was. Yeah,
but look, it ended up being a blessing in disguise, because the 6 months, 3 months that we were away from Melbourne, pubs were ringing us every week. When are you coming back? When are you coming back? After about 3 months, we thought, this isn't working. Let's go back to Melbourne. So we told all the places, where we used to play, Running Bears are coming back. So they all promoted it, and it actually gave the band an extra year of.
Yeah, and we all went professional then. Like some of us were working, sort of doing it part time, and
that's the next question I was going to ask you. You're pretty much full time musicians.
So you're playing every night.
Oh no, we'll do 5, 6, 7. Sometimes a couple of times we did 8 gigs a week, because we were doing 2 on the Sunday.
I was 7 gigs in 6 days.
Yeah. So we were doing
We always had Monday off.
The what's it called? The Grand Hotel in Frankston. Remember, in the afternoon, then we'd have to rush back to do the brickies on Sunday night.
Yeah.
They were the days when bands were playing 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
5,
Even
6.
original bands. It was amazing. It was just.
Yeah,
so what's happened? Why
around about when the Running Bears finished up in 1990, I think it was around about 89 or something, that the pokies got introduced to the pubs. Remember?
Is that what killed the live band?
Almost overnight, all the pubs that had entertainment, they said, well, it's cheaper to us. Let's get the pokies in, because they'll generate an income. We don't have to pay.
Yeah.
So almost overnight, the live entertainment scene
just died.
Just really died.
When was that?
Around about 1989, because 89, 90. That would have been.
Well,
Yeah.
that I thought it was a bit later than that, but anyway.
No,
Yeah.
that's when it was, yeah.
So is that why you had so many singers? Because you've had a few singers, like.
Well, Damien was our first singer. Then Damien saw the light, and he found
did
the
you leave?
Lord and got married. Remember, got married.
Okay.
And I'll tell him the story.
I
Don't
see
worry.
the light. I see the light.
I just, well, who knows why? I'm not here to tell that story. I mean,
So
Well, we
before
want to
you-
know why you.
I don't know. I think I just had enough. We
Yeah.
were doing 7 gigs in 6 days,
Yeah, fuck that.
and I used to work hard playing
Yeah.
in the band and
I
stuff.
know, it's hard being
Mate,
a singer, isn't
mate,
it?
No.
What do you know it?
Can I just say, by the end of it, by the time I'd finished, I was 71 kilograms. I was size 31 pants. There was nothing of me, and I was exhausted. So,
Yeah.
And can I also add, in Damien's defence too, he was playing in a band with his 2 brothers. So there was 3 brothers.
Yeah.
And, sibling rival, whatever. There was a lot of disagreement there. So that's
Yeah, just
Probably,
not
a lot of time they didn't see eye to eye.
That's the sort of question I was asking, like, because when I went and watched the Running Bears lately or later, you've had like 3 or 4 singers up the top there. I thought maybe.
Oh,
Brian,
right, okay, yeah. No, because Brian at one stage,
But he wasn't your replacement. We
No.
replaced Damien
Who
with
did you get replaced with?
a guy named.
This is a real cliffhanger, ladies and gentlemen. Find out next week because this is the end of part 1, isn't it?
Part 1, this is going to be part 1, yes.
So this is part
yes.
1, Running Bears.
Correct, yes, Running Bears.
So we're not going to find out until next week who
That's right, yes.
the lead singer replacement was.
Yeah, who it was. Oh,
They
who
have
it
to
was.
listen next week.
I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember
I think
either.
it might have been Brian Manning.
No,
Brian
we
Manning?
can't talk about it
No.
because you guys will have to be listening for our next part 2 of the Running Bears next week. Yeah.
Next week, correct. Oh, definitely. Well, that's all I have time for you today. I'm Tony Shumps.
What a great bloody. Anyway, yeah, go. Who are you?
We've got to wrap it up, Tom.
Okay, all right.
We've got to wrap it up. We're
Yeah.
talking,
All right,
So
okay.
I'm Tony Shump,
And I'm Domenico Antonio Sorbara.
and we'll see you next time on Shumpcast.
Shumpcast.